Howdy everyone, it's me once again, the one and only Killer Rodan. So right, I have another comic book thing to review for you folks. Yes, I'm kind of a book. I'm still considering this as literature. Yeah, bite me. But anyway, alright, so I was pretty much been reviewing a line of comics when it comes to Life is Strange. That's supposed to take place, what, about a year after the first game events, I guess you can say. So this is issue 8. So, like I was saying in the previous video, Max is pretty much stuck in this alternate reality where she meets up with this one dude with a black jacket, and of course Rachel's still alive. Okay, so there's that. And this is one of the covers of issue 8. I actually like it though. There's like 4 characters. You think it would have made it seem crowded, but thankfully it doesn't. So it's pretty nice done in that regard. So it's not too bad. So I did like it. So it's trying to make the cover seem expressive in some ways, I suppose. So that's fine. And then for the second cover they have for this, you should see Rachel with like the beach in the background, I guess. It's kind of blurry in the background, so the focus on her primarily. So I like this one. It's not too shabby. She looks like how she was in the game, of course. And but yeah, like I know this really bugs me. I still don't know why Max couldn't save her. I don't keep bringing that up, but still. But at least in this reality, she's alive. If you know, you know. But anyway, so that was a pretty decent cover, I suppose. I think for the third cover is that it's just you see a box with the word meow on it. So I'm guessing it's a cat inside, I suppose. And that's about it. It's not really anything really. So okay. I'm guessing this is supposed to symbolize something, I reckon. So there's that, I suppose. But anyway, moving on from that, of course. But yeah, alright. So we get a brief recap of what is going on, what had occurred from the previous issue, of course, what had been happening and then and whatnot. So things get pretty chaotic, as you might expect, of course. So we see the people behind this who wrote the script and did the inking and all that. They did a pretty solid job, all things considered, I suppose. So there's that, I reckon. Oh, definitely. So I'm just trying to do as much as I can with this series, at least trying to wrap it up finally, to some extent. But of course, like always, let's talk about the plot, shall we? So, okay, Max is of course gonna be part of the event, of course, when it comes to comics. And she's all dressed up in her outfit because she's supposed to be going to this party, I suppose, but she's running late because she's doing something else at that moment. But we see Rachel and Chloe, they're just having fun at their party, drinking and whatnot. There's a lot of people there. It seems in character. Of course, Rachel should be there doing like high society kind of things. Sure, with Chloe, since they're since they're lovers in this reality, I suppose. And Chloe seems to be much happier in this reality than compared to otherwise. So that's a drastic change, definitely. So that's something. But anyway, so okay, everyone's having fun, but where's Max? She's supposed to be here. Where's Max? Max, of course. She's supposed to be here during the fun and whatnot, and supposed to be enjoying the moment. So of course Max is trying to call her, of course, and whatnot. So she seems to be somewhere. But things get rather serious because the cops sort of arrive because yeah, something don't seem right. Yeah, okay, that is a thing here, sure. But yes, unfortunately, someone just yells out, "Someone call 911!" She can't breathe. So yeah, things get really, really dramatic. That's an understatement. But yes, so the officers, these 2 women, they rush to that spot, and someone's yelling, and Max is still nowhere to be found. We see this woman, she looked like she was drugged or something, and she collapsed. So like it was spiked, I guess you would say. So yeah.
Boy, that escalated quickly. I mean, that really got out of hand fast.
So okay, I'm just kind of wondering here, is that was this like a reference to Victoria on her secret club that she had for the one school? I'm pretty much it got disbanded because what had occurred. If you know, you know. So okay, so that happened, right? So Does that kind of thing still happen in this universe? I'm wondering. I'm just asking out of curiosity. Before anyone says anything, yes, the whole paint thing in the game, I let that happen because honestly, I mean she was a cunt anyway, but for the most part, it's because of the fact she was really mean to Kate. So that's kind of the primary reason as to why I let that happen.
All right, I guess this is the night bitches die.
So right. In the meantime, what was going on with Max? Well, she was in this shady area part of town because she's with these two guys who aren't really, I guess, good characters. They're kind of bad. And this has something connected with the one individual I mentioned a moment ago, the one with the black jacket. It has like it's connected to his past, I suppose, and it's probably all connected in some way. So kind of just, like, I guess, just wrap up any loose ends or whatever. What comes to narrative wise. And yes, Max herself has something in mind to kind of just help the one individual out. And yes, in this issue, it's pretty clear now that everyone else can see him. It's not just her can see him, not just Max. Max can see him out with everyone else. So it was kind of weird like that. At first, it was just her, but now everyone else can. So yeah, it's kind of bizarre right there, isn't it? But anyway, I mean, I could just summarize like that. There's a bit more going on with this kind of a thing, but at least for this, that's the general point of the idea here. So this was again a pretty decent entry, I guess. I suppose. I like the artwork. I like the writing was kind of okay in this case. It was actually passable for once, and I like that. And it's okay. She got to the point, and the pacing wasn't too bad anyway. So that's fine. It builds its own narration, and it's pretty straightforward in that regard. And yes, I know the whole drug thing is really sensitive. So you really have to write this in such a way that you won't come off like you're being insensitive or anything. So yeah, there was that. So of course, but this is kind of odd anyway. Using this illegal narcotics is pretty stupid in its own when you think about it. So what is with some of these characters being really stupid? So in some ways, it kind of feels like you're just doing it just to push the plot along, just to push the story along with the drama. I guess you can say. But yeah, there was that. I suppose there was that. Okay. But yeah, so yeah, some of the writing is a bit questionable because in that regard, it just seems like you're just doing it just to push the plot along, just to be dramatic, I guess. But anyway, that's about it. Really, when it comes to story wise, the writing wasn't exactly perfect, but then again, it never really was in the game series anyway. So I guess in that regard, it's pretty consistent with in that. It's decent writing. I like the artwork. It's suitable, I guess. The art style is decent enough. Okay, the artwork is decent enough. It does what it's supposed to. So can't really complain too much in that regard. The art style is pretty consistent with its own little way, I suppose. So it's fine. But anyway, I'll give this an overall rating of a 6.9 out of 10. It's a 6.9 out of 10 for me. So as always, thanks for watching. See you.